Hi guys, how are you? How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Hello, Reddy. How are you? I didn't see you. Were you taking part in the program? Did you take part in the strategy program? Fine. Excellent. Where are you based, Reddy? Whereabouts are you based? All right, guys. Are you from India? Okay. Awesome. Cool. Hello, Sarah. How's it going? Right, guys, come and say hi and introduce yourself. Tell us where you are. Are you used to say in Singapore? You're now in India. Whereabouts in India, Reddy? Victor, hi. Hyderabad. 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 Huh. Okay. I want to, now in lockdown, of course. One of the things I want to do is right down the very south of India, there's been quite recent discovery of underwater city, right the most southern part of an underwater city, and it's been a little bit of diving operation there, scuba diving operation there. So I'm really keen to go and explore that area and look and dive that whole area. Have you heard about that? It's really fascinating. Do you remember reading about that? So really fascinating. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. Hi Miriam, Andrew, Andre, how's it going? All right, we'll just wait for a few more people. There's a little bit of confusion on time, I think, but well done being on time, you guys. Is it in Pondicherry, the underwater city? It could be that, yeah. Have you heard about it, Andre? Don't tell Michael Kuss, because he'll probably go and dive it before me, if he hasn't already, of course. But I remember reading about it, and it was like, the area doesn't really want to open it up to mass scuba diving, and I don't blame them. But okay, you haven't dived there, but I can blame them. I don't blame them not wanting to open it up to massively. Like if you read about the destruction that's happened in Australia on the Great Barrier Reef. So hello, Lisa. The connection is up and down. Okay, whereabouts are you from, Lisa? Whereabouts are you based? You're in US. Can't remember whereabouts. All right, just some housekeeping. If you want people to see your comments, if you want to chat, you go to all panelists and attendees. You just scroll down to the bottom of the chat and you'll have a drop-down menu. If it's set at all panelists, only I see your comments, myself and Tiny. If you want to chat to everybody else, it'll be panelists and attendees. Okay, so you're in High Sierra in California. Oh, another one from California. Okay. Hi, Murray, Australia. Is it Australia? You're in Australia. Is it 4:30 in the morning? Did you set your alarm? Oh my gosh! Well done. Gee whiz! Well done. Well done. Okay, cool. You must be pretty tired. I hope, and I'll make sure this is worth your while then. I'll make sure this is worth your while. Has everybody enjoyed the Genius Trading Program so far? Guys who had never traded Pogo and Bugsy before, have you enjoyed it? Very much. Good. Excellent. Good. Hello, Maggie. Excellent, Miriam. Cool. I think it's a really cool way to learn. Make it fun. Like make it a game. Make it fun. Make it interesting. I think it's a very empowering way to learn. So I'm just going to turn off all my distractions. Turn off all distractions. There we go. Hello, Trevor from Oslo. Oh, everyone, like there's California and we have Australia. Murray, are you Sydney or Melbourne? Do we have anyone from South Africa yet? Anyone in from South Africa as yet? Just gonna check to see. You're Melbourne. Cool. Cool. We didn't get to Melbourne.
No, we didn't.
We got to Sydney, but not Melbourne. All right, we'll get going now in a moment, guys. Okay. There's just some people struggling to get on it, looks like. Cool. All right, let's get cracking. Let us get cracking. You love Melbourne. I've not been. I really want to go. I want to go. I didn't get there. We went Sydney and went north, like a lot of people do. It was a long time ago. Okay. Right. Yo. All right. Just try and get this expanded. So what I want to talk to you about is obviously close some of the loops, talk to you about how to do, how to maximize your Pogo and Bugsy opportunities and stuff like that. If you've got specific questions, can you put them into the Q&A box? And then Tanya will be able to monitor them, okay, and make sure that I get them answered for you. If you want to chat, you just chat in the chat box. But if you've got a question you want an answer to, if you put it in the chat, it might get lost. Okay, if you put it in the Q&A, then it will get answered. All right. So before we proceed, obviously CFDs are complex instruments. They come at high risk of losing money. They're leveraged products. So do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. And past performance is no guarantee of future performance. So important to know that. So my goal for this webinar, for this session this evening, is to show you how you can achieve 74% plus success rate consistently, trading less than 30 minutes a day without stress and without drawdowns. Okay, I do that. I managed to do that, and I know, and I'm going to show you actually how some other guys are doing it in the tribe as well. Okay. So obviously, you will all have taken part in the Genius Trading Program, which has been 3 intense, fast-paced days. And in those 2 days, you have pretty much learned the broad strokes of 2 incredibly profitable strategies. Okay, more than that, incredibly simple strategies. I mean, we've got a bunch of people on here right now who are getting good results on the quiz, who had never traded before. I mean, ever traded before. I'd never even looked at a chart before. Okay, so that's how simple that they are, and it doesn't need to be any more complex. It's when it's us as people, we make them more complex. We've been trained and taught everything to consider. That's when we make them more complex, but they are super, super simple. Of course, we have the prizes. Okay, so if you're on and you have been doing your homework, we have all the names, and we will do the prize draw at the end. The first prize is 6 months access to our trading business in a box, which is everything that all our licenses, the wealth programs, and all of that, and a whole lot more access to the coaches in our incubator group, 2 daily live streams a day. It's just tons and tons and tons of stuff. It's everything you need to be successful in trading just Pogo and Bugsy. And then the second prize is a signed copy of my Truth About Trading book, and the Tribe of Traders journal as well, trading journal. And then the third prize will be a copy of the book. Okay, so we will do that later on. in the process later on in the webinar. I also do have an offer if anyone would love to continue their journey with the Tribe of Traders, and I will show you that details of that. It is a superbly incredible, amazing offer with a unique, special twist in it, especially for today as well. So we'll cover that as well. So if you really want to like fast track, take stress out, eliminate stress, and literally save oodles of time, you're going to want to hang around. You're absolutely going to want to hang around. I've said many, many times, Andre, who's on today, he's been doing so well. Michael, whose birthday it is today, he's been doing so well. This is a snapshot of one of our groups taken about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It was just like a bunch of chat. This is during the global lockdown. People have been doing really, really well. These are tribe members. Ben, he's been doing well, and he's new. Now, this is important. What I wanted to show you here was that these are trades. Each one of these areas here, like each one of these yellows, are the results of members of the tribe, their trading results for the last 2 weeks in April. Okay, I've protected their identity. I haven't mentioned who they are, but this is a tech-intensive program that we do. Every 2 weeks, I analyze the trades that the traders have taken, and I'm able to identify what tweaks they need to make, what mistakes they might have made, and how to actually take their trading powerfully forward. And so every 2 weeks, we get online and go through all of their trades for the 2 weeks. And you can see here, this is a lady who started brand new a few months ago. She had never traded before. And some traders you'll see will take less trades. Some traders take a lot of trades. Now, like obviously this is a lot more than I like to see, but nonetheless, this guy who started trading for the very first time ever, and he's in South Africa, first time ever he has been trading, and he got 14%, okay, with like an 83.33% success rate. He had never opened a chart before November. And then we have 100% success rate here with a 7%, and 100% success rate here with a 9%. These are genuine trading results. And this is one of the ladies in the tribe. She had about an 80% success rate there, trading 11 to 1. And one of this Euro AUD trade, she was just unlucky. Like a couple of people, what happened was the spread widened at that moment in time and took a bunch of people out. But yeah, this happens as minors. It's 11. And then this person took 2 trades with a 3%, 100% success rate. Again, this is another young lady, 10%, was that? Can't remember who that was. That's 10%, but this was the young lady I'm talking about. Most of these, like I know this person who's 7.5%, she'd been trying for years to be profitable and never managed, could not manage. And our coaches are the same. They tried for years. Kevin tried for 4 years to get profitable. I wasn't profitable until he started with Tribe of Traders and is now a coach. So just to give you a little bit of context as to how actually the tribe actually use those and what effect the tribe actually use those strategies. So who am I? So first and foremost, I'm a human behavioral specialist. That's my speciality. That's who I am. Award-winning entrepreneur, wealth builder, and trader. I'm also a best-selling author. I've got a #1 international best-selling book called IVF, Birthing Your Entrepreneurial Success, and also author of The Truth About Trading, which will be coming out in about 10 days. It's finished, it's all done. It'll be available in about 10 days. Also co-founder of the Tribe of Traders with Tiny, okay, who I tricked to join the Tribe of Traders. As I said, yesterday I think it was, in one of the coaching sessions, over a glass of wine, we can share that story. But the most important thing that I have learned in my journey with trading is that there are 3 very, very distinct elements crucial to trading success. And that's what I'm really going to focus on and how they relate to Pogo and Bugsy. But I'm going to start off by let's talk about a typical trader's journey. Okay, so you get into trading, most people get into trading looking to make easy money quick. Okay, nothing wrong with making easy money quick, right? Nothing wrong with that at all. But necessarily trading is not necessarily quick, is it? Because you're trying to defy the basic laws of nature. Because basically trading requires compounding. It takes time. Okay. So people get into trading looking for an easy money quick. They lose money a few times sometimes, and then they crash, burn, and give up, right? That's not unusual. It's not unusual. And there's many reasons for that. And one of the reasons, in my experience, is that many of the people who get taught trading around the world they're trying to teach everything there is to know about trading, when actually, in fact, we don't want to become traders. We just want to use trading as a tool to build wealth. It's not a job, not a career, and therefore it creates a whole load of confusion. It's also, unfortunately, sold as get rich quick as well, which it is not. Like, press a few buttons, in a couple of years you'll be sort of sailing mega yachts and whatnot, which is not, is it? It's not that. And we'll go into more detail on that, why it's not that as well. Because it's not just about pushing buttons, it's about trading in a certain way. Then others who get into trading, they may lose money initially, but they continue to seek and search for the right answer, for the right way of trading. And some then might even crash and burn then. But then there are those who persist. And those are the traders that become the genius traders. Now, if it's okay with you, I'm going to tell you that I was one of those people. It was okay, I'll share a story with you. I was one of those people that was crashing and burning. Okay, I never blew my account. I'll be honest, that's not something I ever did. But geez, I became an emotional wreck. And I'm going to tell you a quick story about my friend Pat. This is my friend Pat. And talking about India, this is actually quite funny, because one day Pat phoned me to say she's been invited to do a talk in India, in Delhi, and to a Women Economic Forum, and to an audience of 500 women. So she asked me, she lives in Cambridge, and she asked me to come and visit her and help her shop for an outfit. So that would be appropriate for her speaking on a stage in India. So I said, sure, fine, no worries. We set a date, set a time, the whole bank shoot. And I was quite, like, I'd gotten back into trading after 20 years of not trading, and got back into trading. I'd learned with an educator in London and picked up all the bad habits. And morning of the day I was due to go on a train to Cambridge to meet her, sat down in front of my computer to place a trade quickly. And I did. I placed a trade. And I sat watching it, willing it, begging it, screaming at it, not to take the stop loss, not to hit stop loss, not to hit stop loss. I was panicking. I actually phoned Pat to lie to her. I told her that the train was cancelled. I'll be on the later one. So just so I could sit at my desk and watch this bloody trade losing. All right. Eventually, I did manage to tear myself away from my computer and go on the train, go to Cambridge with my phone in my hand the whole day. We went from shop to shop to shop. Look, I was there physically, but not in my mind. She eventually got an outfit, and I wouldn't have been able to tell you at the end of the day what outfit she got. So I spent the whole day focusing on MT4 on my phone, watching the bloody trade. So when eventually the day came to an end, this is just after lunch, and I'm thinking, oh, get me out of here. I just want to be able to sit and mollycoddle my trade, This is my really good mate. She's doing great things in the world. She works with women, empowering them in the workplace through menopause. I mean, she's such a wonderful woman. Anyway, I get back on the train, now coming back into King's Cross in London, and I arranged to meet Tiny. I was still fretting about this trade, fretting about this trade. And I walk into the restaurant, this beautiful restaurant, German gymnasium in King's Cross. It's really lovely. And I walk in, and I see Tiny at the bar before we have a drink at the bar before going to the table. And I'm walking, and he just takes one look at me. He says, "What's wrong?" And I burst into tears, and I'm talking about this one trade, and it's losing, and it's losing, and it's like, I'm in a state. He says to me, Judes, it's one trade. Take a chill. And I'm freaking out. I'm in tears. And he says it's 50 quid. And it's like, really? Serious? And I'm beside myself. Anyway, the trade loses, and I just fall to bits. And I'll never forget the look that Tiny gave me. It's like, we'd already been married for, I don't know how many, 192 years by then, but like for a long time by then. And it was almost that look that he didn't know who I was. And that frightened me. But it wasn't frightening enough for me to stop, because a few days later I did the same thing, except I was screaming at my laptop over 50 quid. And it was almost like I had an out-of-body experience when I was able to look at myself and see myself behaving so irrationally, so emotionally around trading. And I couldn't understand it, because I stood back and saw myself behaving like this. And I go back over my career. I'm a multiple award-winning entrepreneur. I mean, the awards I've had are just incredible. I mean, anything I've ever done, I've won multiple awards for. I've had international property in many, many different countries, most of which I've never even seen, because I've always gone intuitively. But here I was, when it came to trading, an absolute wreck. A wreck. Complete wreck. All right, admittedly, that was a photograph of me this morning, not a few years ago. That wasn't a wreck. I just thought it was funny. My hair was all over the place. But that's how I felt. I was a wreck, okay? And that's when I decided, okay, enough, because it didn't make sense. I was an international award-winning entrepreneur. I had risked millions on businesses and properties I'd never even seen, and I had built incredible wealth. But here I was freaking over one trade at a time. I was getting so emotional. I was like revenge trading. I was gambling. I was in, then I was out, and then I went back in, and I was like, try this one and this one. Come on, guys. Some of you relate to that, okay? I'm not the only one here. I'm not the only one to do mad things when it comes to trade, have done mad things when it comes to trading, all right? Admit it. I'm not the only one. You ever done that? You've gone into a trade, then out, and then back in, and then, oops, oh no, I'm meant to be in, and then you just completely confuse yourself. Okay, I've been there. And then it started me on a journey to investigate, okay, what is going on here? Because I realized it wasn't just me. It was other people I was trading with as well. They were doing the same thing. I was spending hours and hours and hours sitting in front of the chart, looking and searching for trades. And so was everyone else. I had friends who had stopped reading their kids' bedtime stories, had stopped going to gym, and all this sort of stuff. It was just crazy. And that's when I started to put my entrepreneur's hat on and started to approach it from a human behavioral perspective. And that's when everything started to change. And I went on a whole massive journey, which actually took me to the United States for 6 months, meeting up with quant traders and algorithmic traders. And it just took me on a whole different journey of research, and Tiny and I studying and researching and talking to traders, what works, what doesn't work, and then researching and studying trading from a human behavioral side. What is it? Why is it that it triggers us in ways that typically other forms of wealth building doesn't? And it led me down a fascinating line of inquiry with some incredible realizations that absolutely make sense. And I absolutely 100% believe, and I have proven now with the tribe of traders, without a shadow of a doubt, that in order to trade profitably and successfully, your mindset forward and strategy second. It's what I call the 80-20 rule of trading. So 80% of your trading is all around the mindset, and only a small 20% is the actual tactical side of trading. And that's what then I went down avenues exploring when I thought, well, I'll do fully automatic trading. And that's it, that's what I'll do. So we created fully automated strategies, and we were trading those for varying results. And then we realized that, hold on a second, back testing expert advisors or robots, is an art form, a science that involves complex, comprehensive sort of statistical analysis, probability formulas, walk forward analysis, in and out of sample data, and all that, all of which Tiny has subsequently done, but we didn't do at the time. It was very much linear, like the MT4 strategy tester, which is what a lot of the expert advisors available online, that's what they focus on. That's what they're the results that you see when they're trying to sell EAs. Okay, so be wary of those. And then I realized, well, hold on a second, the same emotional triggers happen with a fully automated EA or robot, because you're not going to sit through the drawdowns, especially if you don't have faith in the way in which they've been tested, and most of them are not tested properly, unless, of course, it's like from an institution, right? And I just thought, this is not necessarily the answer either, because this is also triggering a whole other set of emotions. And that's when I had the brainwave of a semi-automated strategy. And that's when Pogo was born. So it's best of both worlds. It was absolutely, it was like a magical, incredible aha moment in the most obscure moment. And then we got cracking on it, and it has proven to be incredibly successful. Now we've been going with it now for a few years. And then Bugsy was born, the little brother of Pogo. So that's how they were born. And then from that, we got alerters which notify us when on our phone, when Bugsy or Pogo is ready. We've got Trade Manager as well, which allows us to literally squeeze the last drop out of the strategy in the trending market. And then we've got Trade Placer and a whole lot of other tools that Tiny has created over the years as well. So the upshot of all of that, and the result or the output of the research that I've done is that trading essentially is a business that will give you a skill that you will have for the rest of your life. A skill that once acquired will allow you to compound your money for the rest of your life like nothing else can. There's absolutely no doubt about it. As I've always said, I've said now for 3 days in a row, trading is not just about placing trades, it's about trading in a certain way. It's a skill that can turn 2,000 into over $1 million in 5 years. When you understand compounding, you will see how this is possible. And remember what Einstein says about compounding. He who understands it earns it, he who doesn't pays it. So here's a snapshot of the calculator on our website, and you'll see here, with starting off with 2,000, you get 10% return each month. If you do that consistently over five years, so bearing in mind this is a very simplistic viewpoint, okay? It's assuming 10% every month, so for 60 months, which is not, you're not likely to get that every month, but simplistically, what you would get is 680 odd thousand, okay? Here you can see it's over $1 million, because we have the Tribe of Traders way of compounding, which is a slight little tweak, which is we encourage people to top up their account every single month, just by a very small amount, very small amount. There's two very important reasons for it. The one is obvious, it speeds up compounding. The difference between starting with 2,000 and getting a return of 10% a month and not topping up your account, as opposed to topping up your account by 150 in this example, is 400,000. Okay, that's quite substantial for just putting aside a little bit extra in your account. It's just the same as your mortgage. If you put a little bit more into your mortgage, you take years off that repayment. Have you thought about that? It takes years off your repayment terms, the repayment terms and years. And the same, but there's another very important point, another very important reason why we actually top that up, and that's around the value it adds in terms of mindset, which we'll go into at another time. But note my words when I say it's a skill that can be learned, okay? It's a skill that can be learned, not a get-rich-quick scheme. Nothing wrong with get-rich-quick. A lot of people buy into the stay poor long scheme, okay? Nothing wrong with get rich quick, but what it is, it's get rich easy. You know, trading is get rich easy if you do it in a certain way. So this is where, from all of my experience and all of my applying my research on my sort of human behavioral expert mindset after my initial wobbly with trading, as I've created essentially the model of the genius trading model, which is the foundation of what I teach clients and students. It is key. The Genius Trading Model is key to successful trading. But what underpins that is something else. And without that, failure is inevitable. And that is essentially your relationship with money, your relationship with self-worth, and also your blocks, essentially. And I don't know, was anyone on the coaching this morning? Did anyone join the coaching this morning? Was there anyone? Let me know if you were on the coaching this morning. I did an extra one. Anyone? Was anyone? I'm just waiting for responses. Murray, you got there late. That was on Facebook, Ready? It was on Facebook. I actually talked about the 3 beliefs. Remember the 3 beliefs that we bring to the market every single time we trade. Okay, I'll go through it a bit later then. I will go through it a bit later. No one cease to remember. I shall go through it later. But your relationship with money and your blocks that you bring, that is essential. And when I talk about the 3 beliefs that you bring to the market in a few minutes, you'll understand what I mean. And essentially, my philosophy in life, any area of life you're not empowered, you will be overpowered. That's why it was important to do that exercise today, that homework that you did this morning. Where are you not empowered? Where are you empowered? If you're not empowered, what can you do to get more empowered? Because any area of life you're not empowered, you will be overpowered. And you're not empowered financially, you're not empowered in life. Okay, that's your starting point. And trading is, in my mind, the gift that keeps on giving, because it allows you to get financially empowered very, very quickly. So it's important to know, here's the thing, it's like you will pretty much know with the language that you use or the feelings that come up for you when you ask yourself, do you love money or do you love wealth? Okay, if you're going to try and right say, when you say I love money, you're going to try and right say it, well then you actually have you potentially have an issue with money. Okay, because remember, money is nothing but a tool. All right, we give money human characteristics and it doesn't deserve it. Money is nothing but a tool. Money just makes you more of who you already are. Wealth, on the other hand, is empowering. Okay, money comes as a result of wealth. Okay, in order to build wealth, you have to be the fullest expression of your potential. Okay, you have to let go of blocks, you have to unravel your beliefs, and you won't have limiting beliefs around money. Okay, so it's important. You're trading money. It makes sense. You need to have a good relationship with money and wealth, don't you? Can't have a bad relationship with money and wealth and still trade it and expect to make money. Stands to reason. That's why we are mindset forward when it comes to trading, and trading second, the 80-20 rule of trading. 99% of success in wealth building is mindset, 1% is in the mind. Okay, so the 80-20 rule of trading is very important. That is understanding, getting your head around that is going to give you the wherewithal to trade Pogo and Bugsy profitably and successfully, consistently over time. All right, makes sense? Everyone still with me? Give me a hell yes if you're still with me in the chat box. Give me a hell yes. I want to make sure. Oh, we've got Herman. Hi, hands up. Good. Yes, hell yes, yes. Cool bananas, hell yes. Very good. Very, very good. Hell yay. Hello, Kevin, Trevor, cool bananas. Sandra, Miriam, yes, Cheryl. Oh, hello, Cheryl. Hi. Okay, Victor, Lisa, very good. Sam, banked. Awesome. Missed the first 30 minutes. Oh, Julian, I'm so sorry. We will have a recording. We will have a recording. I must admit, I was mainly talking about me for the first few minutes. You probably didn't miss much. Jamal says yes. Okay, cool. Excellent. Right. Glad I've got you guys all on board. That is brilliant. All right. What's next? Okay, so literally transcend those limitations and you will have abundance. I think that is probably one of the most powerful things I've said so far, Julian. So, right, seriously, transcend limitations and you will have abundance. So here's 3 things I want you to be able to do right now. Not right now this minute, but write these down and what you can do right now this week, this weekend, and start working on, okay? This is essentially, this will get you on the road, okay? This will get you on the road to where you need to be to, and certainly give you a lot of food for thought as well. Get clear about where you are right now. What is your net worth? All right, get really, really clear. Start opening up your credit card statement, start opening up your bank statement, start doing recons on your bank, on your credit card statements as well. Okay, and make sure that you know where you're at. One of the reasons why most people are not financially secure is because they don't know where they're at. They don't have a peg in the ground. If you don't know where you're at, how do you know where you want to go to? Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is they don't know what their number is. And it's such an important concept to understand what your number is. And it's like too many traders that I've experienced. I was guilty of it too. I was well guilty. You saw it, like a lot of traders, when they start getting into trading for the first time, that's for a lot of people, that's the first time they become aware of the power of compounding. And they say, oh, I'm going to make 50 million, I'm going to make 500 million. I've had people say they're going to make $1 billion. So I said, well, what are you starting up with? No, I've got £1,000. And I said, why have you got £1,000? Well, that's all I can afford. Well, hold on a second. You're starting off with £1,000. You want to make $1 billion in 5 years. How are you going to do that? So it's just crazy. Logic goes out the window for a lot of people, and they set these unrealistic targets. Here's the problem with that. You will not be able to relate to that. So if your target, let's go off the billion, let's talk about 20 million. You might have a target in 5 years of 20 million, but you're not able to, I don't know, you probably starting with 1,000 in your account, 2,000 in your account right now, but you're still living on credit at the end of the month, you're using credit card, or you're not living the lavish lifestyle that you would like. 20 million is a massive jump. You may not be able to relate to having 20 million in your life. You wouldn't be able to conceptualize how your life would be with 20 million. That's very important to know what that number is that you set. It needs to be something that is relatable for you. Not to say it won't be stretch. Of course it must be stretch. But I have a process to take people through to get clear on what that number is, to a point where they, on a cellular level, are able to relate to it. And therefore, you're not going to have that little monkey brain noise in the back of your head saying, hey, Jules, you can't do that. Hey, Jules, that's a fantasy. Because if you've got that noise going on in the back of your head, I guarantee you, you're going to sabotage. So we need to make sure that we set ourselves up 100% for success in every way we can possible. Okay, in every single way we can possible. So sure, you might make a target. You'd be smart. I took a group of people a couple of years ago in a room through this exercise, and every one of them had a fantasy of what this number is that they wanted to achieve in their trading, right? It bore no relationship to their life. It bore no relationship to what it is they would love to do with their life. That's another thing, all right? Because if you're 20 million and you're 20 million net worth, that's a responsibility. Not everybody wants that, right? Bearing in mind, a lot of people make the mistake that wealth is money, and the more money you have, the more wealthy you are. No, wealth is a state of mind, is a state of being. It's about being empowered in all areas of life. What is that value? Okay, so when you start shifting your perception around it, you start getting clear about what it is that you truly want, and you start getting clear about your vision for what it is you would love to create in life. And that's what you start going for. When you're starting going for something that's real to you, sure, you can upgrade it. You review and tweak all the time, and you up level it. So you set a target right now, like we did a couple of years ago with some people who had fantasies. And I said, right, okay, do the Find Your Number program. And we went through the process, and then we reverse engineered it and saw that, oh my God, you could hear a pin drop as people started to realize that financial security meant to them like 250,000 or 128,000 or 400,000, 500,000 or 1 million, 2 million, even 5 million. And then we started reverse engineering that. Okay, so what does that mean in our trading? How many trades do we need to take? What percentage target do we need? How much do we need to top up our account to get to that target? So we make it as easy as possible for us. We take away all the blocks that are potential, that are potentially going to stop us stop us achieving it. So we set ourselves up for success so that every cell in our body believes in it, knows it can be done, and when you're there, you will achieve it. Because that's when the why is big enough, you focus on the why, and the how takes care of itself. The second thing you need to do is get clear about your beliefs about money. If you cannot put your hand in your heart and say, I love money, I love wealth, why not? Get clear about what is that. If you say, oh, money is evil, you are giving human traits to money. Money is nothing but a tool, okay? Money doesn't deserve human traits. How dare you put human traits on money? It's nothing. It's just energy. Okay, you're a human, not money. Makes sense? Everybody with me on that? That's important. I want a hell yes on that one too, please. Okay, everyone with me on that one? I'm checking. I'm absolutely checking who answers here. Tiny, you got the list for the quiz, yes?
Yep.
No bribery here. Veronica, yes. Ready, yes. Cheryl, yes. Aston, yes. Miriam, yes. Gary, hello, Gary. Sam, yes. Hell yes. Andrew, James, 100%. Bengt, Herman, Sandra, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you being so on ball here, so bought in. I really do appreciate that. This is such important stuff, and this is the sort of stuff that does not get taught in the trading industry, and it is a horrendous oversight. It's a shocking, shocking oversight. James, you're here. Excellent. Charlotte, hi. A bit late. The link gave us some problems. Oh dear. Some people have had some serious technical glitches, and normally everything goes very well with the technology we use, but sometimes... Yeah, is it really? I don't know what. I think it must be the demand. I don't know.
It's got to be the demand
on Zoom and everything like that. It's been we don't normally have this many technical issues. Hi John, oh, you made it. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so get clear about what your beliefs around money are. Here's a really good hack. Okay, do you want to know a hack to understand what your beliefs around money are? Okay. When you're doing something, okay, I'm going to actually do it as it relates to, there's two things I'm going to actually talk about. One, when you are going to spend money on yourself, for example, when you're going to spend money on yourself, what's the thought process going through your head? What is that thought process? Write it down. Keep a journal of it for 30 days and write it down. You're going to spend money on yourself, all right? Not just normal shopping. You're going to go and spend money on yourself. What is that going through your head? What is the thought process? What is the thought process going to your head as you're opening up your credit card statement? Write that down, okay? And keep a track of it for a month and go back over it, and you'll find a pattern, all right? That will tell you what your belief is, what the language is that you're using. Language is the most powerful giveaway to our state of being, okay? It is so powerful. We underestimate, and don't tell me, people often say to me when I'm questioning, when I'm mentoring them, because I'm very clever in how I mentor, okay? And some guys who are on this webinar have had me mentor with them before and will know exactly what I'm talking about. When I'm mentoring people and I ask them questions, they will respond. I say, well, what do you mean by that? Well, that gives that away. They, no, I didn't mean that. Yes, you did. You absolutely, what first comes out of your head, what comes out of your mouth, you absolutely do. But we then try and second guess it, try right say it, justify it, because we don't want to admit that we are responsible for that effect. Okay, important, very important. Here's another thing. I want you to keep a journal of the first thing you're thinking about as you sit down to trade. What is the first thing that goes through your mind? Write it down. Don't filter it, write it down. First thing that goes through the last thing that goes through your mind as you're placing a trade, write it down. These are things that you will build up over time. Keep a journal of them, and that will give you phenomenal insight into what's going on for you in your mind, because it's not about what you're consciously thinking, it's about what you're unconsciously thinking. It's what's our unconsciously thinking is what drives our behavior. Okay, unconscious thought is what drives our behavior. We become what we think about most of the time. Who said that? We become what we think about most of the time. Brian Tracy says that. Okay, that's 100%. But we're not conscious of what we're thinking about most of the time because we're not consciously competent. Okay, so the more self-aware you are, the more conscious you are. The other thing, number 3, have a purpose for your wealth building, which is part of what our Find Your Number is, a purpose for the wealth building. So when we have a target that we want to get to for our trading, there's a purpose behind it, financial security. We can see how that money is going to be structured to give us the financial security. When you've got financial security, which essentially is all your needs are met, all your needs every month, you do not need to exchange time for money. You do not need to lift a finger to do anything. You know that every month that money's coming in every month. That's financial security, just to meet your basic needs. That is freedom. That's your first step to true freedom. And listen, guys, it's our birthright to have the freedom that we desire. Okay? You deserve to have the freedom that wealth brings. And financial security is way easier than you think when you start breaking it down and you start dissolving those beliefs that are holding you back, that are handbraking you in life. Okay? It's way easier, and it happens much quicker than you think. Way quicker. Okay, so there's 3 things that you can do right now that will have a significant impact. It absolutely does not matter where you are right now. I don't care what age you are. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what you are or where you are. I'm telling you right now, without a shadow of a doubt, that it can be changed. Yes, we have a challenging situation right now that we can't control, but we have choice, and we have moment by moment choice. Well, I have clients launching businesses right now. They're getting out of their comfort zone, and some of them are right here in this webinar right now. They're getting out of their comfort zone. They're saying that I don't have control over this situation right now. Yes, my husband is not working right now. Yes, my wife's not working right now. Fine, but I'm going to see what I can do right now to start taking responsibility for my own financial resilience and my own financial empowerment. And they're doing it right now. It does not matter. It really does not matter. It's a decision you make. And once you make that decision, the universe conspires with you to make it happen. And there's a whole science behind why that actually happens. The problem is most traders trade from fear and greed, and they're trading from fear and greed, those low vibrational states, because of the limiting beliefs and the blocks they have. Minimum 3 sets of beliefs that you bring to the market every single time you trade. 1, the beliefs around the strategy. Okay, I spoke about it this morning on the coaching session, the extra coaching session I did especially for the Australians. 1 is the beliefs around the strategy. Okay, every single strategy has a set of beliefs, has a set of rules that hopefully, well, certainly Pogo and Bugsy do. They have been well tested, well back tested, and got a very high probability of success. Okay, that is it. That's been proven. That's been absolutely 100% proven. The other one is situational beliefs. So you might have had a bad night. You might have had nightmares. You might have had children crying. You might have children teething. You might be stressed about the day. You might be stressed about a meeting you've got. You might be stressed about work. You might be stressed about money. Whatever is situational that's happening right there for you in that moment as you sit down to trade, that's situational. When you start adding those beliefs to the beliefs of your actual strategy, you now have an untested strategy, because you will be projecting your beliefs onto the market, because so many traders trade their beliefs, not what they see. It's very important. That's why new traders, like for example, Miriam, Charlotte, Sarah, some of you guys did really, really well over the Bugsy and Pogo quizzes, because you looked at what you saw. You didn't project. And more we are taught in trading about consider this, consider that, consider this, right? That confuses, makes noise, okay? The more simple, the more you see, trade what you see, the more you leave your situational beliefs behind, the more empowered and strongly and more successfully you will trade, okay? Now, there's a way in which you can address your situational beliefs, and that's becoming trade ready. It's a whole process. Well, it's not a whole process. There's a few steps you need to take in order to get trade ready. So when you're actually consistently trade ready every single day before you sit down to trade, you've now dealt with them, and that's when you become consistent in terms of your situational situation. That makes sense. Any questions that I need to actually deal with? Nothing. Nope. No, okay. So
just remind people who came on late about Q&A and.
Okay, so guys who came in, I know there's some people who've come in late. There were some problems getting on, but if you've got actual questions you want me to answer, if you want me to questions you want me to answer, go into the Q&A. Please put them in the Q&A. All right. Please put them in the Q&A if you want questions to answer. If you put questions into the chat box, they might get lost. All right. Other thing is, if you want other people to see your comments and have a chat with each other, then scroll down at the bottom of the chat box. You'll see there's a drop down. It says all panelists. Tanya and I will see your comments, but no one else. And you might want to do all panelist attendees. Just letting you know. Okay. Hello, Ray. Hi, Bubbles. McLean. Hi. How's it going? All right, so that's situational beliefs. You can actually deal with your situational beliefs by getting trade ready, all right? The other set of beliefs that we bring to the market, which is not something that you can deal with on just as easy as getting trade ready, and that's what we call inherent beliefs, okay? They're your beliefs about money, about self-worth, about your relationship with with how you just feel you deserve wealth, how you feel you deserve success. Okay, so that's important. So that's the inherent beliefs are something that we need to work on, which is the wealth thermometer, which I showed you a few slides back. Okay, which is about doing that work, about dissolving the beliefs that we have, and the how we feel we deserve, and our self-worth and all that. So it's quite, and that is a major part of what we do in the Tribe of Traders, is we deal with those inherent beliefs. Okay, and we teach you how to deal with the situational beliefs, so that you're not adding a whole load of untested rules into the strategy itself, because your situational beliefs will change from day to day. Your inherent beliefs will not change, they're inherent, but that each, when you we pile them on to the actual rules of the strategy, that's why you get inconsistent results. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? That's why you get inconsistent results. Oh, where's my water? I'm going to grab some water. Regina, hi. We were just talking about that a few minutes ago. A few people have really struggled to get in, and I think Zoom is having such problems as well. In fact, I've had 3 times Zoom not record as well. We've been using Zoom now for years and never had these sort of issues. What was the read beliefs? I got strategy, situation, inherent. Okay. So John, Pearl, hello Pearl, Lisa, yes, it makes sense. Brilliant. Okay, cool. Bananas. All right, so it's important to understand that. Now we can deal with the situational on a day-to-day basis, right? That's by getting trade ready. The inherent ones we actually need to actively deal with. All right. Okay, so these are the most common. I've done so much research on beliefs. Okay, these are the most common ones on trade that traders have, that traders bring. Money is evil. So got to have to work hard for money. Fear of rejection, work for money, fear of success or failure, lack of clarity on values and why, feeling not clever enough, not worthy is a big one, fear itself, indecision, regret, lack of formal education, don't deserve, fear of making mistakes, don't have enough money, fear of change, guilt and shame, and what was that last one? I can't see behind the camera. What will people think of me? That's another big one. That's a massive one. I have a philosophy. I'd rather have the whole world against me than my own soul. That's my philosophy I live by in life. But these are just some of the blocks. If you have just one of them, it's enough to put a handbrake on you living to the fullest extent of your potential. Money is a tool for living your purpose. Be clear about your purpose and be clear about your purpose, be clear about the journey to your purpose, and understand that money is a tool to help you get there. I have this philosophy, okay, let me share it with you quickly, that you have a vision for what you would love your life to be. Where did that vision come from? It came from somewhere, right? And most likely that vision started with you as a child, and the experiences you've had throughout your whole life have given you the tools that you need to live out that vision. But the problem is we've handbraked ourselves because we apply perceptions on those experiences, or meaning on those experiences, that hold us back rather than seeing them for what they are. Okay, so we have a vision for what we would love our life to be, but then if you've got a vision for what you'd love your life to be, where did it come from? I'm telling you, it came from the universe, God, Mother Nature, whatever it is, right? It came from a force greater than ourselves. Okay, then don't you think that if the universe, God, or Mother Nature, or whoever it is that you think gave you that vision, they gave you the wherewithal to create it and everything that you need to create it? Think about that. You have everything you need to create that vision that you would love in your life. And money is a tool for you to get there. You have the wherewithal to create the money that you need and to live the life of wealth in all areas of life that you need to live that vision. It's your divine right. Reframe your limiting beliefs, grow your wealth thermometer, have clarity on your vision, your why and your number, and you will become a trading magnet as well as a money magnet. End of story. I've worked with too many people and seen it over and over again for it not to be true, as well as the fact that it's backed up by science. And trading is not just about placing trades, it's about trading in a certain way. And that certain way is understanding all of this and embracing all of that. And I think the guys who are in the tribe, there's a few guys here who are in the tribe, they will tell you exactly that they have seen from their own experience how powerful that is. And that is modeling the genius trading model. So the genius trading model is, number one, you trade as a business. Number two, you're a money manager. And number three, you master one strategy at a time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get to achieve. My average is 74% success rate. I have a client who's I know one client at least, who has over 80% for over a year. Over 80% success rate, month after month after month, for over a year. Okay, mine is 74% success rate if I take out the months that I have 100%. So it probably works out a bit more than that. But I take out the months I had 100%, and average is 74%. That's how you achieve that. And essentially what I tell the tribe members when they join the tribe of traders, you've got to unlearn what you've learned, young Padawan. That's why the new guys, when they start, they're so lucky. They don't know how lucky they are. I've had guys, well, I'll actually show you in a moment. I've had people who join the tribe of traders spend up to $50,000 learning to trade and still not be successful. But they walk through our doors and they listen to what I've got to say, and their trading turns around. Not just their trading, but their life turns around. And part of what happens when you do this is you allow the trades to come to you. You read the charts like a novel. You allow the trades to come to you. You don't start looking for trades. You allow them to come to you. It's a massive difference. And it's a massive difference. I teach you how to do all that. So you're going to own the strategies you trade as well. Biggest mistake most traders make is they don't own the strategies. Very, very important. Guarantee you, how many of your charts look similar to that? Charlotte, do not be terrified of that. Your chart will never look like that. But I'm telling you, some traders, their charts look like that. You cannot trade that. That's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. As you will have seen over the past couple of days, that's the chart that we trade. That's how we chart. Nothing else on our charts. And the results speak for themselves. The results absolutely 100% speak for themselves. We've had some guys have incredible success. It makes you laugh because it's true. 100%, 100%. Lisa, 100%. Some of these guys have just done so well. I could go on and on and on and show you. I love this. This was all Jan Erik. I don't know if anybody here remembers Jan Erik, but when he joined us, he had never traded before, and he's an engineer, and so being an engineer, it has to be right. So it was interesting for him to navigate the needing to be right, but he navigated it and very quickly mastered the strategies, Pogo and Bugsy, and it was just so, them being semi-automated was just so powerful. So just incredible result. Oh, that was Patrice. Yes, that was Patrice. And we've had just incredible feedback. Andre as well. And yeah, I could go on and on and on about the success that the guys have had. So what is semi-automated trading? And what's the difference between semi-automated and a fully automated EA? So a semi-automated strategy like Pogo and Bugsy, is essentially, it has all the benefits of an expert advisor without any of the drawbacks of an expert advisor. It's got the benefits of being a manual trader without the drawbacks, okay? So essentially, it's a drag and drop. So you see the setup on the 4 hour, you go to the lower time frame, you drag it on like copy and paste. It's the same thing, drag and drop. You put it onto the lower time frame, and then you're free to go ahead and do whatever you want. Go to bed, go to party, go to have dinner, go to work, go to sleep, whatever it is. And you're free to do whatever it is that you want. That is as simple as it gets. All right, then that sits on your chart. It waits for the perfect setup. It saves you from sitting there waiting for the setup on the lower time frame, because we don't get the long trends anymore. We're having to get in tight on the 4 hour, okay, in order to capitalize as quick as possible on trend. So that's the benefits of it. What the benefits of semi-automated it saves you so much time. Literally, my trading went from like 4 or 5 hours a day to less than 30 minutes a day. And I'll show you in a few minutes when it's even 30 minutes a day, probably 6 or 7 times a month. Not every day. I'll show you in a few minutes. And it takes the stress out of trading as well. Because one, you're not sitting there waiting for it, and two, you're not having to actually push the button. Stick to the 3 basic rules of the strategies and you will have the success. So here's an example of what I mean by, move that over there. This is an example of what I mean by how you can actually get your target, just one instrument in like 1 month. Well, that's way more than a target. That's way more than an average target. You wouldn't get 26 to 1. I mean, that's just crazy. You do not have targets like that. I would recommend anything between 4 and 11 or 4 and 12% is really good to have as a target, not 26, but be that as it may. Here's all of the opportunities here. You can see all the pogos and the bugsies on this chart. And if you'd have got in what we call it, this is what I do. I look for an instrument at the beginning of the month that I can stalk. That's what I call it. I stalk it and I start trading it with pogo and bugsy. And I'll stick with it because once you're in flow with an instrument for the month, you can actually stalk it. So by the time I took that trade and then to set up for further down here, this bugsy down here, that was at 1-to-1. And the second trade, because remember, bugsy and pogo take 2 trades. The first one at 1-to-1, the second at multiples to 1. And on the second one, when the first one's banked, the stop loss, we automatically on the semi-automated strategy moves to break even. Okay, that's automatic. When it banks, it automatically goes to break even. So this was at break even by the time bugsy came on, then bugsy came on, and this second trade was now at break even when I got in on this one. That was at break even by the time I got on that one. So at any one time, I only ever had 3 trades on with only risk on 2, and then as quick as possible get so you have multiple trades on with no or little risk on the table. Does that make sense? So that's how you're stalking it, and that's how you're scaling in. And that's how we scale in the Tribe of Traders using pogo and bugsy. I mean, what's not to love about that? Imagine getting, and this is the thing, if you're stalking one instrument and you're in it, you're in flow, and what our system does, what we do is as soon as we've got a bugsy on, we'll then actually, as soon as we've got a bugsy on, we'll put our alerter on. I'll tell you about the alerter shortly, which is a wee trick, a little indicator that we put on that alerts us that there's a setup. As soon as we have a bugsy on, when there's momentum, we put the alerter back on straight away. It'll alert us. By the time we get back to the chart, it should be ready for another setup. A first trade got 1-to-1, and we put it straight on again. And sometimes, like you might have momentum for a few days, and you're following it, and you might trade for like 30 minutes a day, max. But then there won't be any momentum or anything, and you won't trade for the rest of the days. That's the beauty of it. It takes away the FOMO. That makes sense. So that is the most optimal way to trade. Okay, makes sense. Cool bananas. Excellent. I mean, that is the sweet spot of trading bugsy and pogo together. Okay. Okay. You can trade them manually. Of course you can. Okay. You absolutely can. But you're going to be taking hours and hours and stress in doing that. And the more time you're spending at the chart, the more mistakes you're likely to make. Also, very importantly, guys, very, very important. Just to go back a little bit to beliefs, self-worth. We need, the higher the level of self-worth you have, the higher the level of net worth you have. There is a direct correlation, okay? So therefore, we need to value where we're putting our time, where we put our attention. Remember, where attention goes, energy flows, all right? So wherever you're putting your attention, that's where your energy is going. If you're putting your attention on low vibrational stuff, if you're putting your attention on low priority stuff or low priority shit, that's where your energy will go to. And that's where the universe will give you more of, right? But if you're putting your energy on high vibrational, like in a high vibrational state or high vibrational high priorities, that is what you will get back. Okay, so that's remember, where your attention goes, that's where your energy goes. Okay, so if you're spending lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of time, unproductive time at the chart, you're putting low priority energy, you're lowering self-worth, and you are most importantly lowering your return on investment. What is your most valuable asset in life? It's a non-renewable resource. What is that most valuable asset that you have in life? Any takers on that one? What is the most, absolutely Maggie, 100%, time, life itself, 100%. So be mindful of where you're putting your time. That's why I always say you need to fill your day with high priority actions. When you focus on high priority actions, that's where you're filling your time. That's where you're putting your focus, and that's where you're putting your energy. That's when you're going to get the most compounded returns. So if you're just sitting there, low vibrationally sitting, waiting for setups, okay, you're lowering your return on your investment in your trading, lowering your self-worth. Makes sense? So it's very important. Or you can trade them semi-automated, saving you time. And like, listen, this is the sort of thing you just literally drag and drop it, copy and paste it, and this is the sort of input box that opens up. It's all defaulted. All you have to do is click OK, and it then loads onto your chart and stays there. And it will alert you on your phone when it executes a trade. It will alert you on your phone when it actually wins a trade and loses a trade. Okay. So here you can see there's an actual strategy for scaling in. Remember I showed you on the chart a few back. I think that was your AUD in April. When you actually scale, it gives you an opportunity to scale in. Now this will protect you. It's built in. There's got a lot of protection built in to make sure that you're not overscaling in, therefore putting too much risk on the table. Okay, it will protect you in that regard because it won't let you. Tiny is very clever like that. Okay, and also we use the Tribe of Traders Trade Manager, which is a fantastic tool, and it is an absolute lifesaver because it allows you to squeeze the last drop out of your trades that you're in. Why not? You've taken the effort to take a trade. Why not squeeze it as hard as you can, right? So this Trade Manager tool, it will actually, you can actually set it to manage all your trades, or just Bugsy trades, or just Pogo trades, and set them to trail them, manage them differently. Okay, so it's this is what, between scaling in and stalking, that's like the sweet spot for trading Pogo and Bugsy. That is freedom, guys. That is freedom. Literally, we do a watch list twice a day in the Tribe of Traders. I do Monday, and the coaches do every day, Tuesday through to Friday. We do every day, twice a day. It takes us, we go through all the instruments. It takes us anything between 7 and 15 minutes in the morning, 7 and 15 minutes in the afternoon. Done. And that's when we set up what are we putting alerters on. So if there's something that meets 2 of the 3 rules, we'll put an alerter on. Then when the third rule is met, that's when we get a notification, and that's when we actually place the executor, which is Pogo or Bugsy, on the time frame that we want to trade. Does that make sense? And that is achieving a high ROI in your trading and eliminating stress and saving you time. As I said, that is what gives these guys the success they've had. As I've shown you already, just the incredible results from this is now, I go through all the traders who take part in the Tech Intensive. I go through all their trades, analyze their trades, look at where they're going right, where they're going wrong, eliminating the mistakes. And if you eliminate from mistakes from your trading, you're going to have profitable months every month if you eliminate mistakes. These are like, most of these are 100% success rate or over 80% success rate. It's crazy. It's just brilliant. That changes everything. When you achieve 74+ success rate, trading less than 30 minutes a day, it absolutely changes everything. So I just want to speak briefly about the main challenges that traders have and experience is missing trades, spending hours at charts. Okay, surely you guys most likely have experienced that. But Pogo and Bugsy is not, you don't have that issue, do you? Because it actually, once you've identified the setup, you place it on the chart and you're free to go. Finding the right entry. How many people do not battle finding the right entry, the right exact, where do I go in? What price do I get in? Where do I put the stop loss? Where do I put the take profit? With Bugsy and Pogo, it's exactly the same every single time. It figures it out for you. sticking to rules. How many times do you break your own rules? With Bugsy and Pogo, it absolutely sticks to rules. It's binary, it has to. Okay, being consistent. In terms of your trades, using Pogo and Bugsy, you will be consistent. As long as you are trade ready every single day and allowing the strategies to be consistent, then you will get your consistent results. Not having time to trade is a common one, but I have traders that can't trade during the day, can only trade in the morning or in the evening, but especially with Bugsy, with the amount of opportunities you get, I'll show you in a little while, but how many opportunities you get in a month, you could actually just trade in the morning, place the executor in the morning or in the evening if there's setups. And it doesn't have to be setups every day for you to get your target. Remember, you're there to get a target. You're not there just to trade indefinitely every single day, every single month. You're there to trade a target. When you've got your target, you stop. Okay? So the quicker you get your target in the month, the better. Okay, and there's a whole way in which you manage that as well. There's a structure, and in our Find Your Number program, and in our trade plan program, our trade plan template is 50 pages. On our trade plan program, there's a whole process as to how you conduct your risk management during the process of getting to your target as well. This is the guy that I told you, who's been consistently over 80% for over a year now. Incredible. Mindset as well. A lot of people have issues around mindset as well. The actual pushing the button, but Pogo and Bugsy does that for you. Missing opportunities whilst at work. Pogo and Bugsy will actually execute those trades. It's so nice when you put Pogo or Bugsy on at night before you go to bed, you wake up the next morning and you've banked a few percent. Cool bananas. What's not to love? Finding a profitable strategy. I'm going to be deeply, deeply honest with you here, guys. There are plenty of profitable strategies. There really are. But are there enough really simple strategies is my question. And it's about when you understand that trading is profitable trading is about trading in a certain way, not just about placing trades as well. You can make a strategy profitable. But this strategy is so, so simple with a consistent success rate every single month. I mean, I could just go on forever telling you about people's experiences. I love this quote. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Because it relates 100% to the Genius Trading Model by Tony Robbins. If you want to achieve success, all you need to do is find a way to model those who've already succeeded. And then if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity by Richard Branson, I'm not sure that you're able to do it, say yes and learn how to do it later, 100%. I've lived by that motto my whole life, 100%. I couldn't agree more. Figure it out later. Just say yes, you figure it out, because I can tell you one thing, you are way more capable than you can even begin to imagine. And the guys who actually have been in the tribe and know me, they know that themselves now as well. So every single month we do a comprehensive analysis of all of the setups. So let me ask you a question. Have you any doubt about Pogo and Bugsy? Is there any questions I need to answer right now? Have you any doubt about how well Pogo and Bugsy work? No way. Oh, that's good. Absolutely, that's great. Because they are just incredible. Ray says no, absolutely brilliant. I mean, the number of opportunities, especially Bugsy gives, is just a tart. I mean, there's from December 2018 to April 2020, every single month. Now, I just want to be clear, I forgot my caveat. See those results and see those results. Okay, I want you to understand this one thing. There is never on a million years in any universe or any parallel universe will you ever get every one of those opportunities, ever. Okay, for a whole host of reasons, obviously leverage being one of them, risk overexposure, not time at the computer, you're not seeing the setups, and 101 other reasons, right? You will never get all of those. Your job is to get 10 to 20% of those opportunities. Do you think you can do that? Just 10 to 20% of those opportunities. Just like that Bugsy February 20, 127 to 1. Get 10% of that. That's your job. That's all. Okay. And there, like every month, I do a comprehensive analysis of all the setups the market gave for the strategy, for the two strategies. And consistently, the combined is an 83%. This is normally, Pogo is normally in the 83%. At the moment, it's slowed down. Bugsy picked up, and Pogo slowed down during the global, this whole global shutdown. So that's why it's dropped slightly. But Bugsy picked up. But it's still sustained its average to combined of 83%. April, on the other hand, they were good. There was not very many opportunities for Pogo, but plenty for Bugsy. So this is the sort of thing, like, I mean, this was April. These are all the opportunities that April gave for Bugsy. These are March. These are all the setups, right, that it gave. And the beautiful thing is that I remember I said, I think it was last night, I was going to tell you the two reasons why Bugsy loses. One, it stops momentum. Or two, it's actually pulling back for a Pogo. So if you lose on the 8, it loses, and on the you get into a trade. It's interactive with the 8 EMA and the 4 hour, and it actually takes off a bit, but then it retraces to the 20 EMA and it pips you out. I'd say 8 times out of 10, it's then a setup for a Pogo. So you can take it on a Pogo and make up your loss plus more. That's the beauty of Bugsy as well. So we've established that Pogo and Bugsy are profitable. Can you see then that your trading would dramatically improve when you learn to master the genius trading model? Can you see that? Would you benefit from frequent wealth and money mentoring with me, constantly increasing your wealth thermometer, daily guidance and assistance with your trading process, a whole month of daily coaching, getting mastery on Pogo and Bugsy strategies, a business trade development program to get clarity on all aspects of your trading, leaving out guesswork, and most importantly, hope trading. We do not use the word hope in trading. There's no place for it. Tribal traders, we leave hope outside. It doesn't come into trading. Can you see that your trading would dramatically improve when you learn to master the genius trading model, when you master your wealth thermometer, and when you get clear on your number, and you have 100% professional setup together with world-class support and ongoing training, regular training webinars, and as well, one of my favorites, the Pogo and Bugsy cookbook. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. World-class supportive community. You will not, most people, when I say, what do you love most about the tribe? Or what is it about the tribe you appreciate most? Time and time again, people say the community. The community one and the support next. It's not Bugsy and Pogo, it's the community and the support. That's really funny. Can you see that with all of these, you literally have everything you need, setting yourself up for success? You had world-class money, wealth, psychology mentoring, world-class trading mindset mentoring, expertly and personalized trading process in place, 2 trading strategies with an average of 83% success rate that eliminate stress from trading, saving you a massive amount of time. Do you think that might be useful? Do you think that might be useful? Give me a hell yes if you think that might be useful. 100%. Hell yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course. Cool. I think so. I think it will be. I know it will be. This is actually, I really love this. I love sharing this. Keith started with us a few months ago, and when he started with us, he was a bit dubious, shall we say. He said, "All right, I'll take a dive." But he had to spend $50,000 on training courses, mentors, robots, indicators for 4 years and never got anywhere. And so he joined, and then about a week later or 10 days later, no, it was about 10 days later, I said, "Listen, Keith, I'm doing a webinar. Do you mind giving me your feedback?" Because you were reluctant to join. I mean, you were thinking, do I really want to spend more money? I've spent so much and I've got nowhere. But he took the jump, invested, and joined us. And I could see that he was taking it to like a duck to water. And I said to him, do you mind telling me what your experience, not a testimonial, just your experience, what do you think? And he gave me this, and it was just incredible. What I love about it most is that bottom bit I've highlighted. Private traders won't make you successful. Only you can do that. So, but the support, the tools, the support and training they provide will certainly give you everything you need to get on track to profitability. That is essentially, in a nutshell, what I'm saying. 100%. It's like one of the things I say all the time, and the coaches are like, they say it all the time, meet me halfway and together we'll get you to your goal. That, guys, is the difference. Meet me halfway and together we get you to your goal. And like, that's what he did in like a week or thereabouts. So it was May last year he joined. So that long ago, geez, that's a year.
It's a year ago, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it only feels like a few months ago. So that's when he joined. And then like in 3 days, that's what he got. He had never had success. 50K and he'd spent and he'd never had success, for goodness sake. So what I'm going to introduce you guys now is the trading business in a box. Now you've heard me talk about it. This is one of the prizes. You've heard me talk about it. And it is literally everything you need to get set up for success in trading. It includes the wealth thermometer program, the trade plan program, your number program. Obviously, it includes the actual licenses themselves as well, Pogo and Bugsy and the alerters, as well as the trade manager as well. And then other resources that I have developed over the years as well. So what is in the trading business in a box is a license to trade Pogo and also an alerter. So when you've got 2 of the 3 rules met, it alerts you on your phone. And then you're ready to place the executor. Then also with Bugsy, the same. You get the Bugsy license and the Bugsy alerter because it's 2 separate alerters. They work slightly differently. Then you get other tools that Tiny has created in order for us to trade, to make our trading experience so much more simple, like InstList, Market Change, and obviously Trade Manager we've spoken about, which you also get. We get 1 month into the incubator with coaching. You get onboarding with the coaches as well, and then a Skype group. We use Skype. We like to use Skype. It's very quick, very personal, and you get very quick response and very quick feedback. We like to have a lot of touch points. Okay, so that's why support works for us. Our support is so good because we've got a lot of touch points. We get 2 live streams every single day, myself or the coaches. And then the watch list is also posted on the Telegram app as well. So you can always see what is being watched by the coaches that day. Yeah, when we introduced the incubator, we didn't always have it. When we introduced the incubator, it was a game changer for many traders. So when they join the tribe of traders, they're in this group for new members of the tribe, and they get onboarded and they get to get all their questions answered straight away. And they post, listen, I'm really interested in Aussie dollar, and I think it's a Bugsy, and this is why, what do you think? And the coaches or myself will be in helping you out with that. Obviously, you get the wealth thermometer program, and that is what's going to start working on your inherent beliefs. When you start working on that, those inherent beliefs start resolving those limiting beliefs, sabotaging behaviors, those blocks stopping you from progressing. Now, this is based on my own body of work, which the wealth thermometer is based on my own body of work, which is called the Trilogy of Transformation, which is a powerful piece of work. Powerful. It is, in my opinion, and again, I've taken a few people through that in this group who are here. It is the most powerful life transformational process in the world. And I've based it on my own personal experience. So obviously the other resources that we have as well. So you've got the Find Your Number program, which again is my own process. The Trade Plan program, which is a 50-page template, guys. Okay, 50-page. It's not just about what risk you take, what time of day you trade, what strategies you trade. There's a lot more to it. Okay. And Joran, I mean, he's one of our coaches. When he did this program, it absolutely, again, when he started with us, he struggled. He was struggling for years. Now he grew his account. I don't know. What was it? It was over 100% last year.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable what he's doing, not just in his trading, but his other wealth building is just skyrocketing. The other resources as well, you get some material that I have created over the years based on my experience on watching and working with so many traders over the past few years. And they come in PDFs, they come in audibles, so you can listen to them as well. Listen to my voice screaming at you. Risk management as well. Risk management, we've got a unique approach to risk management as well. And that includes, nobody in the tribe of traders blows their account, okay? Is that understood? Nobody in the tribe of traders blows their account, okay? That is just not, that's not in our severe awareness. It doesn't happen. And do you know why it doesn't happen? Because the way in which we risk manage, okay, we have a unique approach to risk management. Okay, there's no blowing of accounts. It does not happen, not on my watch. And then we have a members area, which is incredibly involved, hundreds of hours of videos, all of which are searchable. So you just put a keyword in, you say, what is cyclicity on Pogo? You just type in cyclicity and it'll pop up all the videos I've ever created at that exact spot that I've spoken about cyclicity on Pogo, as an example. Or if you want to talk, you want to put a type in risk management. Everywhere I've spoken about risk management, all the videos will come up at the exact spot where I'm talking about risk management. It's a really great tool. Saves a lot of time. Okay. And then we have the VPS. We have a relationship with a VPS provider, and you get a really good discount on, or a good 10% discount on a really good VPS. And trust me, I have been through a number of VPSs. VPS is needed when you're trading Pogo and Bugsy because you need to be 100% of the time connected to your broker on the internet. You can't rely on your PC because you will have drops on your Wi-Fi, or if you close your computer or turn it off, you've dropped your connection. We need 100% connection to the broker. Okay, that's why we need a VPS. Don't worry if you don't know what a VPS is. I didn't either. I had no clue what a VPS was, and I had no clue how to do it. Don't worry, Tiny and Matt, they look after that. Matt is one of the coaches, and he helps Tiny with support. I promise you don't even need to know, as I think it was Nick who said it, you actually do not even need to know how to turn on a PC in order to use a VPS. It's essentially, it's your PC in the cloud or something like that. It's not my strong, but literally there he is. It says, even if your first question is what's a PC, you can still use a VPS. It's super similar. I know some of you guys will know what a VPS is, please. I know some of you guys will absolutely know it, but I also know a lot of people, when people start talking about software, it's like, whoa, I promise you, I'm not techie at all. I'm not a techie at all. Brilliant trading, brilliant at business, fantastic with managing money and growing money, but techie, So, but I managed to use the VPS with no problems, and none whatsoever. Okay, on to the cookbooks. The cookbooks, I don't have a cookbook here, do I? Well, Tiny will go and grab one. It's a book with hundreds of setups. Recipes. No, they're not recipes. There's a cookbook, is like literally hundreds of pictures of setups. So you know the way I've shown you all the list of the date, the instrument, the date, the 4-hour bar, the time of execution. There we go. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like. So you get a copy of this. It's like hundreds of setups. So you can actually use it for bedtime reading, okay? You can go through all the setups. It gives you the exact date, the date, the currency, the 4-hour bar, and the actual time it executed, and the whole bank shoot. So it's a really, really good tool, a really good reference guide to have. And of course, Tiny's favorite is the t-shirt, okay? That's the t-shirt. And you get a tick list and bits and pieces as well. Okay. Oh, and now our latest edition, the trade journal, it's finally ready. It's with our fulfillment, and everyone who's been eagerly awaiting, they will be sent out in the next week, isn't it? Yeah, if it wasn't for this whole lockdown thingy, they would be done already. So we're just waiting for the final proof, and they're sending it out direct. So everyone, every quarter, you will get a trade journal, and this is what that looks like. Looks like that. That's what it looks like. So it is you know, you've got all your bits and pieces. Like, it helps you manage your watch list and stuff like that. Because this is the thing, guys, the mistakes start on the watch list. That's why I decided I'm going to do a trading journal, because I don't know if everyone keeps a proper journal. I think a lot of people write down things on pieces of scrap paper, and I want to get away from that. Okay, so that is why I've created this trade journal specifically for you to keep track of your watch list, make notes, and keep track of your progress as well. Most mistakes start in the watch list, so we need to eliminate those. Okay, because as I said, eliminate the mistakes from your trading, and you will have profitable months. And then, of course, our annual Pogo Day. I love Pogo Day. Who loves Pogo Day? Guys who have been to Pogo Day, who loves Pogo Day? It's a really lot of fun. We'll have a live event. Touch wood, if the world comes right. Okay, but we live stream it as well. So last year we had Dr. John DeMartini, and it will get better and bigger every year. So
that's the pints and pips speaking.
It's not pibs and stripes, it's pints and pips. Pogo Day is just fab. We all love Pogo Day, absolutely. Absolutely. Pints and pips. So McLean's talking about pints and pips. It's a social that we do. That is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. So there we go. This is essentially, in a nutshell, everything that you would get. The Pogo and Mugsy licenses, the trading tools, including the trade manager, wealth thermometer, the incubator coaching, the 2 live streams every day with myself and the coaches, the resources like the risk management, the trading tactics, trade management, PDFs, trading psychology, audibles, which is very important, especially when you consider that my expertise is on human behavior, and that is exactly what trading is. That's what the market is. The market is just human behavior. And when you start understanding that and start seeing it as human behavior, everything starts to change. A trade plan development program, find your number program, which is extremely powerful. The event in London, a professional setup. You do not need to worry about that. Our guys, Tiny and Matt, they set you up 100%. You do not even need to know how to turn on a computer. Maybe you need to turn it on. All right, you need to know to turn it on, but yeah, it's that easy. Okay, membership area, frequent webinars, a trade journal every quarter, as well as the Pogo Mugsy cookbooks, tick sheet, and t-shirt. Does that sound good? Does that sound amazing? I think it sounds amazing. Who else thinks it sounds amazing? It really is. It's everything that you need to be successful in trading. Now, Alan, some of you guys know Alan already. He was in Thailand when he wrote this, and it was absolutely amazing. He's absolutely taken this to duck to water. He struggled for many, many years. And here's the interesting thing. I'm going to tell you a quick story, if that's okay with you. He was in Thailand. He was very, very happy. He traded Pogo and Mugsy and was absolutely loving it and was creaming it. May last year, we had a really good month. May, June, I think we had a really good month. And everybody was really, really making a lot of money. Was it last? No, sorry, it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. It was May 2018. We're having a really good month and everything was flying and people couldn't lose money. I mean, you couldn't get a losing trade that was just so good. And but Alan, what had happened was he had to come back to the UK. He's an Englishman. He had to come back to the UK. So he came back. He was back here in May and he was still trading, but he was very unhappy. And I'm able to share this with you because he shares this publicly himself, and he shared it all the time in the Skype group. Was like he was constantly coming on being rather grumpy, and because he was so unhappy, and he couldn't pick a winner. Every trade he was taking was losing. So eventually I said to him, no, Alan, this is something wrong here. Send me your trades. So he sent me his trades, and everybody else was getting they were getting their target in double quick time, everything. So he sent me his trades, and I went through them step by step. And I looked at Tiny and I said, you know what? I can't fault them. He took 9 trades and 9 lost. All right. I said, I can't fault them. They're valid setups. They must be the only valid setups that was possible in 2 months. But he took them. And why? Because he was unhappy. He was so unhappy being back in the UK. And he was really grumpy. He was really grumpy on the Skype as well, in a nice Alan way. And I just said to him, stop trading. Just don't trade until you go back. All right, just don't. Well, now he lives in Perth. He's extremely happy. And his success rate is off the radar. He is just creaming it in terms of his mastery on Bugsy. More Bugsy, isn't it? He's a Bugsy tart, a bit like me. So that was it. It was interesting. It's interesting that it was what was affecting his profitability, was affecting his success, was 100% his mindset. He hated being back in the UK because he won. I think it was his fiance at the time. She was in Thailand. He's now married and living in Perth. So he hated being back here. So this works for people who will take full responsibility for their wealth building, prepared to explore a different way and have a clear vision of what they would love to create in their wealth. Okay, that's what this trading business in a box will work for those people who are prepared to take that responsibility. At the same time, I told you the story about Keith. Vishal was the same. He joined at the same time as Keith and also the same experience, hitting targets, getting brilliant results. And I asked him, what does he think? And he said that, you know, maybe it's good to add a string strategy to your portfolio. He wasn't struggling as bad as Keith was when he joined, but he was saying that it's really interesting, and it added another quiver to his arrow to his quiver. Sorry, it added another arrow to his quiver. So he wasn't so much struggling, but he loved it for that reason. So everything that we do in trading business in a box and the tribe of traders is we trade as a business. We be a money manager first. That's why we do not blow our accounts, and we master one strategy at a time. Okay, so this essentially is what I'm offering you tonight, and that is the investment is $997. Sorry guys, this camera thing, I hate it. Just give me a sec. Okay, it's $997 for investment up front, and then £47 per month thereafter for the whole program, your trading business in a box. Okay, that's the offer that we have for you. And at the moment, with the way things are right now, for some people, so what we've done is we've split it up into 3 installments of $397 per month, and then $47 after 3 months. Okay, so that is everything that you need to achieve the 74% plus success rate in your trading less than 30 minutes a day. So essentially, right now, you've got 2 options. You could do nothing, not take a leap of faith, and get what you've always got, as Einstein says. Or second, you could commit to this small investment today compared to all the value that you will get in return, and just give it a shot. You've got nothing to lose, especially with our ironclad money back guarantee, 14-day money back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. If you're not convinced that it's for you by day 13, 23 hours and 59 minutes from now, let me know. Let support know. Send an email to support, and you will get your money back within minutes or within hours. No questions asked. No questions. Okay. So that is the offer I feel. It is an incredible offer for the value you get, for the comprehensiveness of that, for the support, for the guidance, for the mentoring and the coaching, not to mention the strategies themselves being semi-automated, which are constantly updated, constantly, what's the word for it? Not updated, new revisions, yeah. So constant updates, version updates. That's the word I'm talking about. So. Yeah, if there's changes that are required, Tiny does them as well. He did it recently for the US. One of the brokers had a different requirement, so Tiny actually created, fulfilled that requirement in the code for the clients in the US. So literally the hard way is believing that all there is to trading is placing trades. That's the hard way. If believing that continuing to trade through a drawdown with no consideration for money management. That's a thing, guys. I know clients, and Kevin is one of them, who was told, Kevin is one of our coaches, he was told that the more he can trade through a drawdown, the better trader he will be. My philosophy on that is no. That's a sure way of getting broke. Okay, you're a money manager. You do not just trade through a drawdown. There's something fundamentally wrong. These are the three things you need to ask yourself if you're losing trade after trade after trade. One, is it me? Is it the market? Is it the strategy? 9.99 times out of 10, it'll be me. Okay, if you analyze it properly, 100%. And feeling the need to know that you need to know everything there is to know about trading and spend hours and hours sitting in front of charts. Okay, those are the three things that most traders typically do. Okay, they're the trading myths. It does not have to be like that. And I have enough people who've proven it does not need to be like that. Old habits die hard. I know it. I know it. But if you keep on doing what you've always done, you're going to get the same outcome. As Einstein said, doing what you've always done, sure sign of madness. And expecting a different outcome is a sure sign of madness. So you could do something different and get a different outcome tonight. Okay, there are many opportunities, and I'm sure there's many other opportunities out there, and we've all heard, and many people have experienced false promises, but with this one you get results. You absolutely 100% get results. Meet me halfway. You cannot but get results. Hand on heart, 100%. And I think you guys have seen me in action. You've seen my passion. You've seen my commitment. I always deliver way more than I promise, always. And so do the coaches, and so do support Tiny and everyone who works with Tiny. Okay, so with this package, you will learn to move away from being emotional in your trading. You will get balance in your trading. You'll grow your wealth thermometer. That doesn't only serve you in your trading, also serves you in other areas of life as well. You'll get out of low vibration states of shame, fear, and guilt and regret around trading. You'll stop hope trading. You'll master and not be the victim to the 3 levels of beliefs in trading. You'll have mindset shifts that will create money mastery, and you will make more money. Again, not just in trading, but in other areas too. You'll achieve success in all areas of life. You'll be totally supported. You'll never feel alone in trading. That's a big thing. You'll be part of a growing, high energy, incredible community. You'll be consistent. You'll have clarity on your objectives. You'll ensure the trading process meets your objectives. Important point. We cover that in the trade plan program. You will trade your strengths. We covered that in the trade plan program. You will master the art of simultaneously assimilating the markets. Okay, that is you essentially allowing the chart to tell you when to trade, because when you are looking for trades, when you are trying to find trades, and you will relate to this, you are essentially trying to curve fit your strategy into the market. Turn that around. Allow the chart to tell you what to trade. Master the 80-20 rule of trading. Build self-awareness, incredible confidence, and certainty. And that's the way you make more money trading consistently. And that's what this package will do for you. 100%. I have absolutely no doubt about that whatsoever when you meet me halfway. Okay, so alone, Pogo and Bugsy, these alone are worth 2,598. And last year, that's what we used to sell them at. 100%, hand on heart, that's where we used to sell them. We used to sell them for a monthly subscription. So again, there's the offer for today. Tiny, can you post the link for me? Okay, Tiny will put the link into the box for $997 and £47 per month. Oh, okay, guys, some of you guys are going to be, McLean, button it. You're not allowed to say a word, okay? McLean, do not say a word. Fast action bonus. Anyone who joins the tribe of traders tonight before midnight, before midnight, has McLean said something? No, I'm abusing him. Would anyone like to know what they'll get? Oh no, that was you. That was you. Would anyone like to know? It wasn't McLean. I don't know. I know you don't. I'm teasing you, McLean, but I know you will have a lot to say about this when I say it. Anyone like to guess what the fast action bonus is before midnight tonight? It's a wonderful cracker. If I can change my slide, that'd be great. Fast action before midnight tonight, you will get access to iBugsy. Now you know why I was pulling your leg, McLean, because McLean's always saying to me, when is iBugsy coming out? When is iBugsy coming out? So you will get access to iBugsy. Okay, so what you might ask, what is iBugsy? iBugsy is Bugsy for indices. That's what iBugsy is. It's Bugsy for indices. So when it's released, which is quite, in fact, we were due to release it the day or day before we went into a global lockdown and all the markets plummeted. We were due to release it then. All the indices just plummeted. Anyway, you can trade, you'll trade the NAS 100, the S&P 500, the German 30, the UK 100, and others as well with iBugsy. It's essentially Bugsy for indices, but because it's different, you can't act, because the way in which the indices operate, you can't use Bugsy on the indices. Okay, so this is specially coded, and it is slightly different. The execution is slightly different. Actually, it's quite different. Yeah, it's actually very different. The execution is very different, but the that's on the 15-minute, but on the 4-hour, it's identical. So the execution is different, but the actual 4-hour, it's identical. Okay, so, and this is like, look at this. This is the NAS 100. Look at that. Look at the number of Bugsy opportunities there are. Isn't it just amazing? All right, so you can see I was doing some testing iBugsy on this. It's just lovely, absolutely lovely. It really is a beautiful strategy. And this week, actually, did you see NAS 100? It's almost up as the highest it's ever been. Almost, it got within a few points within the highest point, which was in February this year. It did come back a bit yesterday, I think it was, came back, but there was 3 opportunities to trade this week. So we're getting back into a normal trend again, and touch wood, long may it last. This week you could have got around about a 6-to-1 on, depending on how you traded it, on the NAS 100. So the again, the iBugsy we valued at 1299. So you will, for fast action before midnight tonight, you will get access to that when it's released, which will be quite soon. So just to recap, that's what the whole trading business in a box is. Tani has shared the link. Take action tonight. Small investment, you've got nothing to lose. You've got 14 days to let me know that you're not 100% happy. What's not to love about it? What's not to love about that? That is everything that you need. Okay, and as well, you can split it over 3 months as well. Okay, I think that is very fair. Now we're going to be doing induction, so I'm putting a closing date. I'm closing it on the 21st of May. Geez, we're in May already. Last night I was forward traveling. Now I'm going back. 21st of May. Okay, we're closing it. So we're doing inductions. We'll be doing inductions with the coaches next week. So you don't want to be missing that. I am booking their time. Okay, so that is when this will actually close. And obviously the iBugsy closes tonight. Fast action. Because that's what I want. I want your commitment that you're meeting me halfway, guys. Oh, and the winners are. Yeah, we need to find the winners. Whoa, drum roll. Who's excited? Well, yeah, you see, that's the thing, Tiny. We can't. I did say, so excited right now. Oh, everyone's excited. Hey, everyone's excited. All right, cool.
So I assume we're going to start with the big price first, that everyone's got an equal chance to get in the big price. And then we work down.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, did you hear that? That's a good idea, actually. Tiny, that's a genius. So Tiny's, we're going to pick the big prize first, so everybody has an equal opportunity to get the big prize. Okay.
And this is obviously for people who've done all the work.
Yeah, and guys, this is for people who've done all the work, done the homework, and everything. Okay. Now, listen, guys. Also, if anybody as well, so if you win and you've never traded, Sandra, if you win and you never traded, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to include you into our new trader trading. All right.
Are you going to ask me about that first?
No, I didn't. I knew he was going to say something. I'm going to include it in a new trader training. Guys, if you've never traded before, we're starting a new trader training on Saturday this week, okay? And if you when you can join there, but if you don't and you want to join, it's the same price. I'm waiving for this training I'm waiving the £2,500 that is the normal investment to learn to trade with the Tribe of Traders. Okay, I'm waiving the
2,997. You keep saying 2.5.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, it's 2,997.
I control the spondoolies.
Yes, he controls the money. I'm the creative one. So it's actually 2,997. I'm waiving that for this new trader training. So all you would need to pay is the 997 plus 47 a month. That's all you would need to pay in order to learn to trade. Okay.
Right. Okay. And in they go.
All right. Just can everyone see all the names?
There's names in there.
This is Tiny's bread bowl. Okay. All right. Close your eyes and put your hand in there.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. Got no idea who it is. Let's see. Oh. Okay. This.
Tiny for Nicker. Yes.
Go away, you. This is for the trading business in a box. The whole thing for 6 months, and is Julian in the house? Julian Williams, you are the proud winner of Trading Business in a Box. Yay! Well done, Julian. That is brilliant. Congratulations.
Okay.
That is brilliant. And
we were only joking. Sorry.
And well done, Julian, on doing the homework, doing all the homework. That's brilliant. And well done on being here now. That's excellent. Okay. All right. For the next prize.
So this is for the second prize.
This is the second prize for the trade journal and my book. Can you just pass me that, Tiny, please? Thank you. And a copy of my book, which I'll sign. I'll sign. All right, Tiny, we want to do that again?
Okay. Yep, there we go.
Oops. And this is, oh, wrong way around. Stelios Angelis. Stelios Angelis. So I don't know, is Stelios in the house? And Stelios in the house. He gets the second prize. Stelios! Hey, congratulations. Well done. Well done. Amazing. All right. And the third prize is a copy of my book signed. Who is that now, Tanya? You're going to.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. And this is. Hey. Damn, it's shot.
Damn it shot.
Damn, it's shot.
I'm sure that's not his real name. Could be. I don't think it's on.
It's not on. Okay, well, I will. Well, it's fine. Okay, I don't know if Dam's on. Dam's in. Damn. Okay.
I think his name's Keith.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. His homework said Keith.
Oh, his homework said Keith. Okay, all right. All right, Tanya, I just want to make a note. I suppose we can go back over the recording of this. So this is this third. Just give me a sec, guys. I just want to make sure that this is second. All right, guys, we will be in touch first. Okay, we will be in touch, and and we'll sort that out. All right. Okay. So listen, I just want to say thank you guys for doing all the homework, for pitching up, for turning up. Was this fun? Was it a fun way to learn? Okay. Was it a fun way to learn, guys? It was brilliant, wasn't it? It was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really, really did thoroughly enjoy it. Absolutely. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So don't forget, okay, guys, Trading Business in a Box. We're opening this for a week, okay? But tonight you get iBugsy when it's released. There's the link. If you've got any questions, please, I'm available, all right? Send me a message. I'm available. Tiny's available. If you've got any tech questions, anything, do not allow any blocks to stop you from taking this opportunity, okay? Right now is a really good time to get into trading. It really is. And guys, the clients who are here, guys, I know you will vouch for me when I say our support is off the radar. You guys will agree with me there, won't you? I'm going to answer some questions in a moment. I just want to make sure. Wonderful 3 days, loved it, excellent, thank you, cool, excellent. But do not allow anything. any of the blocks, any noise, anything coming up for you to stop you from making the most out of this opportunity. Okay. Any questions, contact us. Okay. If it's anything, if you're concerned about tech, you're concerned about software, you're concerned about whatever it is, just contact us. Okay. So fast action, you get iBugsy. iBugsy, I mean, that's going to be wicked. So that's like brilliant for spreading risk and risk management and mitigating risk and also capitalizing on opportunities and all of that sort of stuff. So it's brilliant. I've been dying, absolutely dying to get, been absolutely dying to get a strategy on indices forever. And we've had time constraints, but we finally managed, well, mainly thanks to Tiny, constantly on me to give him the final brief so he could actually code it up. So we make a great team. I think you guys will agree. We make a great team. Lisa, thank you. This was the best ever. Thank you so much, Lisa. I deeply appreciate that. Thank you. I'm really passionate about what I do. So, oops, sorry. I'm really, really, really passionate about this. I'm really passionate about what I do, really passionate about people being financially empowered. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you. It comes from my own experience of being overpowered for a very long time. So that's why I'm actually really, really passionate about it. Okay, so questions that I need to answer, Tiny.
Yeah, there's some in the Q&A going back a little while. So you just want to run forward and quickly?
Yeah, shall I go and I'll read them?
Yeah, you might as well go through them.
Yeah. Stop losses 30 pips. Yes, occasionally, Victor, when we occasionally, a couple of times over this lockdown period, we did extend that 30 pip stop loss for the volatility, because remember there was a few days there was massive volatility, so we just extended it, and you know, people were incredibly successful doing that. But generally speaking, 100% always 30 pips. Ready, how to get like that 10%? What time frame is it daily? It's 4 hour daily. 4 hour ready, 4 hours. How to target an instrument with high probability will give you the opportunity to stalk. McLean, a really good question. Okay, how do you, I think I understand it. How do you target an instrument that could be high probability that gives you the opportunity to stalk? You have an open mind. You sort of like, I'm always like mindful. Okay, which of the instruments looks like it's likely that it could actually trend, right, or could actually go into momentum? And once I see any indication of that, that's what I'm focusing on. And I will, and sometimes it looks like they start and they don't. Okay, but I don't think I've experienced a single month that I haven't been able to find one or two instruments that would trend enough that I could do some stalking with. Bill, I think I missed the copy and paste from 4 hours to a lower time frame. I went through Bugsy and Pogo videos again. Is this part of another education system? I was checking the 4 hour and then placing the manual trade on the 15-minute. Lots of fails, so I'm missing something. Yeah, Bill, you must be missing something. 100%. I mean, everybody here, I've shown you the results here. Everyone here, everyone in the tribe trades Bugsy, and it's massively successful. So you must be missing something. So maybe go back over that video, because it shouldn't. You know, when you get momentum and you use those small bars, and yeah, you're trading on the 15-minute. Yeah. James, you spoke about a compounding method you would show us tonight. Well, that was, can you explain the method is? That was stalking and scaling in. That was the stalking and scaling in. Okay, and using Trade Manager. Other programs web-based, can be used on web. Lisa, they are MT4, so they're not web-based yet. No, not yet. The MT4. You can use them on your mobile, but I rather suggest use them on a tablet. Okay, the MT4 app you can use on your phone for sure for notifications, but I wouldn't load Pogo or Bugsy. The copy and paste, wouldn't copy and paste. It's drag and drop. Sorry, I wouldn't drag and drop. Wouldn't drag and drop them onto the chart using your phone. I would use a tablet as a minimum. How much? Yes, purely because of screen size. Sorry, my mouth's going dry. How much do you recommend start with a trading account, Ray? What you can afford is what I recommend, right? What you can afford. Yeah, that's the best answer. You know, I know some people who start with very small sums of money, and as they build confidence, because remember, I suggest adding to it every month, and there's two reasons for that. One of them is speeds up compounding, and then there's another reason, which is psychological, which is extremely powerful. And then thank you very much for your time and hard work. You're absolutely welcome, Reddy. That's about it.
Yeah, that's all of those. There's a couple in the chat at the end.
Okay. Sarah, you're welcome. If you're still on, I missed that call. Okay. Grant. Yes. Did you manage to get on? Weren't you having terrible trouble getting on? Was it Grant who was having trouble?
Well, there's a few people. James was having trouble.
Okay. What if I want training on Bogsy and what if I just want training on Bogsy and Pogo? Yeah. Just it essentially that's what this whole thing covers, because just Pogo and Bogsy itself is you know, when we were selling them separately separately and together last year, it was more than what this package is, more. But what we've done is we've created this whole package as a unit, because through years of experience working with traders, it's the package that makes the difference, Grant. So and this package is less than what it was going for last year. It was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, up until about November or so. Yeah. Murray, do you have particular brokers that you need to trade using? As long as they have MT4, Murray, is fine.
Yeah, when we move to our own platform, it will be specific.
Yeah, when we move to our own web-based platform, it will be specific. But right now, but we'll always have the MT4 option. You will always have the MT4 option, but you can use we do work with a couple of brokers that we really believe in, and they're regulated, they're highly insured as well. They've got like £1 million insurance if anything was to go wrong with them.
That's £1 million per account.
£1 million per account. You know, that's the level of insurance. They're the sort of brokers that we would work with. But on the other hand, you can use any broker you want as long as they have MT4.
Miriam's got a question.
When does the starter program run? How often? How long? Okay, so we're doing one now. We did one in February last year, 2019, and we're doing another one now this Saturday, Miriam. And it's not our main thing, so we'll probably do one a year or thereabouts. Roughly works like that. So we're doing one now, probably the early next year before we do another one. But yeah, so we had a couple of people join and sort of figure it out themselves, and we've helped them along. It does take longer and needs a lot more work, but yeah. So how often, how long?
It's a 3-month program.
So essentially it's a 3-month program. It's about 4, 5, 2-hour or 3-hour webinars. Okay, so we have the first one on Saturday this week at 10 o'clock. It was initially planned for 2 hours, so Charlotte's still on and we might overrun a bit, right? Yeah, so essentially we say 3 months. We want you up and live and trading live in 4 to 6 weeks. Before that, you'll be trading on demo. Okay, so hopefully that answered your question. Oh,
You must be shattered.
I am absolutely shattered. I am. Any other questions, guys? Thank you so much for being such a wonderful group and for participating so much. It's been absolutely amazing. And for participating so much in the last 3 days. I had no idea. I've never done this before, ever. I've only done sort of like the 7-day ninja, the 14-day ninja, and I've also done a 30-day ninja, and that is largely mindset. Okay, so I've never done pure strategy, so I was not sure how it would go, but it seemed to have been fun. So it seemed to have been fun. K Murray, Tiny, we have a bug in our offer page when it displays on Firefox.
Okay, well then use a different browser for the one in the meantime if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Have you got a different browser?
Have you got a different browser? I mean, we must actually check that. We must actually... He's checking it now.
Yeah, cool. And you just let me know what the bug is.
If you can just let us know what that bug is, Murray, or maybe you can actually check it. Do you have Firefox on your machine?
If I don't, I'll just download it.
I've got Firefox. I can check it as well. All right. Any other questions? Just wait. See if wait for Murray and say. Anyone got questions about the strategies?
Seems to be working on my Firefox.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe Murray, if you could email support, then if it doesn't work, that would be fantastic. It went amazing. Awesome. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. Thank you very much, Miriam. You're welcome. James, spelling getting worse as the time. I know it must be late over there. Great show, Judy. Time for a glass of wine, some more Tiny's freshly baked bread. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking part, Andrew. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm actually going to go and get a glass of wine for sure. Regina, I hope to get some of that Kerrygold. We have some Kerrygold. You know what, Regina? I had a sneaky suspicion that butter was going to become a problem. So I stockpiled. You know the way some people stockpile toilet paper? During this time, I stockpiled butter, but I'm running low. So I ordered some from Ocado, and they sent me some Lurpak. What the hell's Lurpak? Seriously? I mean, God, anyway.
So Murray says it is 5 o'clock, so you'll email me.
Okay. Okay. Oh, you did the same. Excellent. Lisa, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I can't fully express how much has helped. An uplifting experience. I'll work with you. I will work with what I have learned with you until I can join you. Perfect. That's perfect, Lisa. Cool. I will. You did the same. Great minds think alike, Regina. All right. So shall we call it? Firefox is going to email. Brilliant. All right. Okay, guys. Don't forget, iBugsy for if you sign up this evening, and otherwise we're open for a week, and then we have to close because we want to get all the onboarding and inductions done and stuff like that. Okay, and get you up and running as soon as possible. Guys, thank you so much for attending. Really appreciate it, and congratulations to the prize winners. I'm so chuffed. And yeah, any questions, please reach out. We're going to be up for the next few hours anyway. Reach out. You've got my emails, you've got Facebook, and yeah, just reach out. All right. Take care, guys.